Welcome to Let's Be Real 100%, where we are 100% real about life. We know that life happens and we are here to talk about it. And when I say we, I'm talking about it's all God and little old me. Join us as we jump into our topic today. Hello. On this episode, I did go back and record, but I didn't realize how loud the TV was in the background. So forgive that background, but it's still a good episode. Um, Thank you again for coming to support and forgive my background in the end. Thank you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Let's Be Real 100%. We're 100% real about life, and we are here to talk about it. I want to thank you all for coming back again to another episode. This episode is about marriage. Just a simple, not all in depth topic. We'll come back to this episode. But this is episode just the basics of marriage. Um, and we'll just go into like the meanings and what it consists of and all of that. So marriage means an intimate or close union. The start of being united of spouse, the state of being united as spouses in consensual and contractual relationships recognized by the law. Then unity is the condition of harmony, the quality or state of being made one and oneness. So that's the meaning of marriage and unity. Marriage is not something you can just get into because marriage is hard work. Marriage is two different people coming together with two different identities, two different ideas, two different ways of life, and coming together as one. That's easier said than done at times. Your personality and their personality matching together, then your way of doing things and their way of doing things can be totally different. The way you were raised and the way they were raised can be totally different. But somehow love brought you all together. So somewhere in y'all felt that it will work out. Some people look at marriage in a negative light as well. Marriage is a contract. Marriage holds you to one person and not multiple. It changes the way you look at life. It's not just about you. Now, it's about both of you and how you two can live together as one. People also feel like it's a way of marriage is the way. I'm sorry, I said that all wrong. People call this, in this generation, they call marriage common law marriage, which is a way to stay together without being under contract. A way to where if something happens, they can just leave whenever they want to without anything holding them bound together. People think that marriage is just a piece of paper, but it's really not. Marriage is a ministry. Marriage is a testament of what God wanted to see in the earth. Again, marriage is two people coming together with two different ways of life and two different personalities and the way they do things. In the beginning, it's not easy, especially when you move in together and start gathering things and building things together. When you are dating, things seems easy. You will see each other every once in a while, go on dates, have fun, talk on the phone all night, and just have a good time. You go your way and they go theirs without living together or anything bonding you together. Just like two people hanging out or courting. Then comes the engagement phase. At this point, you start to have feelings for each other and you know that you want to spend your life together. This is where all the excitement comes in as far as planning and gathering and people and dresses and clothes and decorations and all that stuff that come into play. This could be a fun part, but when that day comes to say I do, you really have to know what you're saying. I do too. I do means I commit myself to each other. Good times, bad times, sick times, through the downs and roller coaster rides and all of it. Your whole life has changed, and it is now combined with the one that you say that you want to say I do too. This is nothing to just get in and leave whenever you feel like it. and if things are not going your way. There has to be some compromise. There has to be communication. There has to be a willingness to go through what marriage consists of. People tend to forget when you get married, you have to continue to court the person. You have to continue to date. You have to continue to talk just like you would talk when you were dating. But it's on a more intense level because this is your life that you have vowed to be with for the rest of your life. There are different ways that we come together in a marriage. You come together mentally. Coming together mentally can be a challenge because, again, both of you have different personalities and different backgrounds. One may have a background full of hurt and unforgiveness, or things that they have gone through that changed them as a person. And the other person may be strong and willing and never been through a hardship in their life. But as they come together, they have to help each other and console each other in those moments when they are in need. You're not going to always agree on a lot of things when it comes up, when one's in their mental state, because at times one felt like you don't understand what they've been through, or you don't get it, or you're not listening to them. But we have to learn on a daily basis how to meet each other where we are and as each other. You also come together financially. Now this can be a challenge because most of us as women have learned how to be very independent. We try to do a lot of things on our own because either that's how we were raised, what we have heard, or what we have seen. But when you come together financially, it does help lift loads off of your shoulder. And also, this is where communication comes in as far as what's needed, what bills need to be paid, how can we come together as a family to do what we need to do to build and grow. Most people do it differently as far as sharing accounts or having separate accounts. Either they have wills and life insurance, either they don't. People look at these things differently, but yes, it has to be communicated and talked about. You also have to come together in a marriage spiritually. Now, this should be first. This is one of the things that people miss. Putting God first in a relationship is the ultimate and the very, very first thing we should do in the beginning. The way we are supposed to have our family set up is God first, then man, then wife, and then children. If God is not in your relationship in the beginning, it could be very chaotic. If you have God first in your relationship, things can be chaotic, but you both know that you can go to God and talk to Him about it, and He will lead and guide you in all decisions that need to be made and the directions that need to be gone in everyday parts of life. God is there to lead, guide, and keep us together as a whole. I've always heard that a three-braided cord cannot be broken. Those cords consist of God, you, and your spouse. No one else can fit. As you begin your relationship, in the beginning, always place God first. Another way to come into a marriage is intimacy. Some people are going into a marriage thinking that sex is the only way to be intimate. Yes, it is a way to be intimate. It is a way that two people that love each other, a man and a wife, come together and consummate the marriage and continue to consummate the marriage continuously. It's not to be made as a recreational sport. It's made to be for two people who love each other and for a recreation. Not recreation, but recreation, as far as like having children and all of that. But again, there are other ways to being intimate as well. This is said you have to. This is why I said you have to continue to court and date your spouse. This could be reading a book together, going out to eat, talking to one another, and watching the movie. Finding something that you both like to do and set that time aside for the both of you. This is when you found. This is when and why you found out why you fell in love and why you got married. And why do you want to spend the rest of your life with this person? On the other hand, Sorry, I missed my notes. I'm reading my notes. With that being said, marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a symbol of love, and we have to cherish it. We definitely have to cherish our marriage. Again, marriage is not easy because you have to, again, put yourself aside and become one with one another and the one that you're with. You have to be willing to learn, have to be willing to try, have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to love and to communicate, also compromise, and to listen and to understand one another. This doesn't happen overnight. It could take years to get to the point where you really want to be and what you've really been working hard for. But if you love this person and you know that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you know that God sent this person in your life, then yes, you have to be willing to continue on. Welcome everyone to Healing is a Choice podcast. We want to come on really quick fast to thank Anchor for allowing us to do podcasts on their platform. It is a really, really good platform to where you can remotely record your podcast. If your friend is on the other side of the world and you're on one side, you're able to record, and then you're able to do your edits. You're able to make it sound the way you want it to be, make it sound. The background music is awesome. Anchor is a really good platform to have. Go, if you want to start your podcast or anything like that, go to Anchor and it will give you everything that you need. Thank you, Anchor, for everything that you've done, and thank you for allowing us to use your platform. Thank you for listening to Let's Be Real 100%, where we're 100% real about life. We hope that you enjoyed the topic today, and we hope that you trust God more and more each day. And we hope to see you next week.